Yeah, I know what all those words look like, and you read it exactly correctly. That's what this video is about. Hello, my name is Haley Whipjack. You can call me Haley, you can call me Whipjack, you can call me whatever you'd like, as long as you're real about it. And this is not my usual bag. This is so far from my usual, but I couldn't experience this alone. I just couldn't. Do you have any idea how disheartening it is to get a sense of deja vu when you're scrolling through the world's most harmful app, TikTok, and you see an AI video of a pregnant bug boy arguing with his butterfly lady baby daddy? Do you understand what it's like to push through the initial confusion to reach familiarity as a dawning horror, an existential disappointment in oneself? So this is what I saw.
I'm just letting you change. Relax. Let me. How many months is the baby?
Do the math yourself. Count back from our one-night stand. Now, if you'll excuse me, go back to your fancy world and let me finish my shower.
Samantha. My daughter, where are you?
I told you. Bug boy and butterfly lady baby daddy. Obviously, there's more to dissect than this, but I am sorry for that little bit of TikTok UI down there at the bottom. I'm unable to download these videos through the app because they turned that setting off. The AI video makers turned off downloads almost like they didn't want anyone to steal their art. And you also can't just screen record it because they're listed as a series, and if you try to do that, it comes up with a little screen that goes, oh, you can't do that, that's not allowed. So I had to really circumvent to show you this because, again, I could not experience it alone. Anyway, the deja vu of it all. Already seen. Here's what this video made me remember, something I had seen only hours before.
Relax. Let me. How many months is the baby?
Do the math yourself. Count back from our one-night stand.
My daughter, where are you?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. The characters' names are even the same. Our leading lady is Samantha Blackwood, and the boy is Smith Watson. In both universes, she's some kind of high-powered CEO. I believe she owns a chain of hotels, and it's made her one of the richest women in the world, and he's a maid at the hotel. He's beneath her, but he's pregnant with her child. And then I see another one. Another version.
How many months is the baby?
Do the math yourself. Count back from our one-night stand.
That's exactly the face that I make when a man accuses me of fathering his unborn child. Me too, same. But don't worry. In this one, her name is not Samantha. That would be weird. It's much worse.
Nefertiti? Nefertiti?
It's Nefertiti. Blackwood still, though. Good. I was hoping. The man's name is also not Smith Watson. Okay, that's not very ancient Egyptian. It's Salim Watson. So clearly what happened here, I could tell right away, is that someone wrote a script, or ChatGPT wrote a script. No human wrote this. And then whoever prompted it asked some video generation AI software to create it in multiple fantastical settings with very little change from iteration to iteration, which is how you get the exact same thing happening on a spaceship that's happening in a bug land that's happening in ancient Egypt. And then they put it on the internet. And the internet decided that I should see it. And I feel like I have seen more of this than the person who supposedly made it. Like, I think I'm more invested in Samantha and Smith than their ungodly creator, you know? And these are not good to watch. They're very, very annoying. If you go past everything that doesn't make sense, I mean, you're not getting good performances from these actors. The words they're saying come out completely weird, and the intonation is all wrong because the AI doesn't know what the meaning behind the phrases is supposed to be. So they're just saying stuff. The facial expressions don't make any sense. The way they move their bodies is nothing. But then even beyond that, the way this was edited and posted, there are regularly just random little dings and golden banners interrupting the video to point you down to see the next installment of the video. You're not even halfway through this one yet, and they're trying to get you to the next episode. They're trying to shuffle you across. And not for nothing, some of the episodes of these series have like 500 likes. Total. Some of them have way more, right? Some of them have like 100,000 likes, and it makes sense that something like that would end up on my feed. But the mummy one that I saw had like 500 likes. I don't know what I did to genuinely really just see the same episode of this series in 3 different universes in a row. And then I had to go seek out the rest of it, because if I wanted to tell you about it, I had to know what I was talking about. I could tell you about who posted it, but I don't know anything about who posted it because all they post is this stuff. It doesn't matter. They're not a person. So, and now it is my duty to regale you with the total story that is being unwound before us. The story of Samantha Blackwood and Smith Watson, or Nefertiti. I'm going to call our female lead overall Samantha, if that's okay with you. Over the course of 3 different series, the same story is told. Our 3 series are A Mummy to Be, which is cute. That's like a little pun. Butterfly CEO's Baby Daddy. It's a little too literal for me. And 2001, A Space Pregnancy. A space pregnancy. Our story begins with Smith Watson heavily pregnant at his maid job, getting immediately made fun of. The first intelligible line of the series is this.
Aw, baby got no mommy to buy Pampers?
Baby got no mommy to buy Pampers. How do you know baby got no mommy? Have you even asked? He's months pregnant at this point. Just now you've decided to make fun of him for it? Belittle him for his single fatherhood situation? 3, Pampers? In Bugland? Also, since I'm starting off with a video in Bugland, I need to talk about the Bug Boy design. Bug Boy has little antenna, that's fine. Bugman also has a thorax coming out of his back. He's got 2 butts. This is a man with 2 butts. Is that part of him getting pregnant? The lady doesn't have 2 butts. His evil coworker trips him and makes him spill a bucket of water on Samantha Blackwood, one of the richest and most powerful women in the world. And she recognizes him, and he recognizes her, and they flash back to when they first met at a party. Smith Watson dropped a glass, and a different rich lady got all mad, but Samantha Blackwood was like, "It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just a glass." And then they go smash 3 butts worth of bodies together. Samantha Blackwood is not wearing a mask. Her face is in no way disguised at all. But this man who works for her company doesn't know who she is at all. At one point, he asks for her name, and she says, "I didn't want to lie to you about what my name was," and then doesn't tell him her name, doesn't say it once through this whole excursion that they're having. Okay, he doesn't know who she is. And yet, in the present, as soon as he spills water on her, he recognizes that that's Samantha Blackwood, that's the mother of his child, and that's his boss. So if you already knew what your boss looked like before this, I can't talk about every single logical inconsistency. But he freaks out and he tells her in front of everybody, a room full of reporters, that he's carrying her child and that he's her husband. Pause.
I'm your husband, Samantha.
In the flashback, after the 3 butts smashing together, we do see a document labeled marriage application with a ring on it. I didn't foresee that to mean they were immediately married. In fact, she's engaged to somebody else. Is that not their marriage application? What do you mean you're married? He just says, I'm your husband, and I guess he is. She denies it publicly, and Smith is dragged off by his evil coworker who repeatedly dunks his head in a toilet.
This is where gold diggers belong.
I don't even think movie bullies do that anymore. Why are they doing that? These are adults in the workplace. Samantha storms off to find him because she can't be away from him and saves him from this weird form of torture bullying and instead promotes him to her personal assistant. Also, I'm shifting visuals at this point because, again, it's the same story over 3 different universes, and now we're in Space Cat Boys, you may have noticed. Yes, they're Space Cat Boys. Not 3 butts anymore, but he does have 4 ears, and Samantha Blackwood occasionally has pointed Vulcan ears, but usually doesn't. Mostly she's just green, and the boys are cats. Samantha Blackwood has saved Smith, but she's still not very nice to him, and it's because she believes him to be a liar, is what she says. And he says, what do you mean? And she doesn't explain. But what she means is that she believes that Smith is just using her, that he's a serial gold digger, that he goes around and he finds rich women to schmooze until he can get their money. And she believes this because her fiancé, Alex, who in Catboy universe is also a catboy, but in Bug universe is like an ant, and in Mummy universe is just a guy not named Alex. His name is Ahmad. Alex has in-universe AI-generated footage and video of Smith Watson with a series of rich women that Samantha knows to prove, look at all these ladies he's hooking up with, that he's using. The AI mpreg TikTok slop series is using artificially produced images as blackmail as a major plot point. Is it supposed to be a commentary? Is it self-aware? I don't think it is. So Samantha doesn't trust him, but she also can't stay away. And also she's not sure if that is her baby, but what if? Samantha has a big gala tonight, and she insists that Smith Watson should come with as her +1, as her personal assistant, instead of her fiancé, Alex. Her fiancé responds by pretending to pass out to be so pitiful that Samantha has to take him. He's trying to out-pitiful Smith Watson, which is difficult to do. Samantha is not convinced at all and demands that he stops doing that.
Your acting's pathetic. You're not sick and you're not fainting. Get up.
She's taken Smith to the gala. She's decided. At the gala, Samantha sees one of those other rich women that supposedly Smith has been using and schmoozing, so she heads over there to get some answers to her questions. Alex, the fiancé, is still here, I guess, even though he's nobody's +1, and he can't let Samantha go talk to that lady. Can't let that happen, so he spills wine all over Smith's beautiful brand new white dress, causing Samantha and Smith to both leave so Smith can go get cleaned up. And that takes us to the videos I first saw. How many months is the baby? Uh-oh. Samantha's mom is coming to find her. Her mom thought she was abroad, didn't even think she was here, which, who did she think was representing the company at the gala? Whatever. So to hide from her mother, Samantha Blackwood dives into the tub full of bubbles, a bubble bath, has Smith also in the bubble bath so that when her mom bursts through, Smith can say, hey, can you get out of my hotel room, please? This is weird. Her mom's name is Vanessa. Vanessa Blackwood. Except in Mummy to be, she doesn't get a name. They ran out of Egyptian names, I guess. There's only one female Egyptian name. It's Nefertiti. And then they argue in the tub because they're in love, but they can't do this. And the way it cuts to them holding hands underwater, that's just a completely different universe. That is not their hands in this water. I won't let you make me believe that it is. They go to smash their butts together again, but Smith freaks out and leaves. Samantha calls her assistant, or Nefertiti calls her assistant to say, hey, let's check this guy out again. I actually don't think I know him like I thought I did. Now she's pretty sure that is her baby.
I don't think he's the gold digger we thought he was. Salim, let me find out the truth.
And that's as far as has been released so far. I really personally have no need to see how that's going to end. I already know how it's going to end. Her and Smith are going to fall in love forever, and Alex is probably going to get wine spilled all over him. Evil coworker might fall in a toilet or something. That's how all these kinds of things end, right? It's just karma all the way down. It's how every, mob boss romantasy story goes, except this time the boy is pregnant. That's it. All of the advances in technology that have had to happen over the past decades to get us here. And this is what we're doing with it. TikTok AI, mpreg, slop. And it's funny. It's a good little spectacle, but here's the thing. Why are we trying to automate the creation of freak shit? This isn't even freak shit. This is the veneers, the aesthetics of freak shit as spectacle, just skinned over the most boring, repetitive mafia boss, power dynamic difference romance novel. It's just despicable to me that they're trying to use the freak shit aesthetic. There's not a shortage of freaks with a burning desire to make art that satiates their unholy needs and wants. And it's raw, and it's human, and it's gross, and it's beautiful. This has no soul. It does not speak to me, and it wasn't made to speak to me. It was made as spectacle for people to go, that's weird. And I guess I fell for it. They even eliminated the effort of having to change the script to make sense in different universes. Why does she own a hotel chain in space? Why does she own a hotel chain in ancient Egypt? Why does that man have 2 butts? It isn't art. It isn't cinema. It is barely even a video. It doesn't even let itself finish before it is begging you to click on the next one. Just don't even think about it. Don't worry about what you're consuming. Just keep looking at it. And if you liked it, you can look at it again with a different skin over the top. And you never have to think too hard about anything. I don't know. There's something about it that deeply unsettles my soul. And it's not the fact that the boy is pregnant, you know? It's the aesthetics of a story. It's the presentation of having something to say. I think that's what all AI art is to me. They want to have something to say so bad that they would rather pretend that they do instead of put in any work to actually mean anything or to create anything with a sense of earnestness. I love weird, human-made freak shit. I love it every time, even if I don't like it. But also it's funny. Baby got no mommy to buy Pampers? Is still funny. Vanessa Blackwood will be funny every time. I'm only human. Like I said, not my usual bag, but it did make me have something to say. And I really, again, could not let this one fester in my soul all alone. You had to come with. Instead of plugging my Patreon content or good homegrown Omegaverse novels for you to read, I would instead like to end this by directing you to ways that you can help the people on the ground in my former and beloved home of Minneapolis right now as they are resisting occupation. Putting a couple links below to some of my favorite resources, one of those being the ACLU of Minnesota. ACLU being an organization that defends people's civil rights and provides legal assistance to help defend those rights. And then also the Women's Foundation of Minnesota, which does good work always, but currently has a rapid response fund to protect those most at risk for what is going on at the moment. Maybe not the plug you were expecting at the end of the AI mpreg slop video, but we need to protect Raw, human-made weird shit. And to get that, we need to protect the humans who make it. That being said, I am still gonna thank my patrons because they do allow me to make this kind of content, and I couldn't do it without them. They're wonderful folks. Patrons such as Alcyon Hero, Ulsa Dragon, Artemis Nix, Autumn Vector, Blardy Har, Britty, Chatty C, Dan, Gwynrick, Catherine, Kazran, Christopher, Rainbow O'Neill, Rue, Steph Delacour, Thomas Hart, Tiffany, Vesper Sinclair, Z-Series, Zachary Fly, Zebby Lown, T, Aiden So Wood, Notoriously Low Roller, Alex, A Pretentious Potato, Argentum Inc., Avery Jack Thayer, Avery Little, Beard Acknowledge, Chronic Escapee, Clara Oswald Fan 23, Coraline, Kuste, Draco Knight, Dracomus Via Fukraga, Gael Wald, iDizzle22, Jubilina Bing Bing, Kay, Keverlyn C, Kit of the Weird Woods, Lauren Amrain, Lawson, Libby, Maya Lewis, Mariah Ray, Michael Francis, Michael West, Nicole, Onyx Claw the Archdruid, Philip Dameron, Sarah Sunshine, Sun Squid, Talia, That Boy Eats Rats, The Jaded Waffle, Violet Sweeney, Windermere Peaks, Woody Daniel, Zachary Women, Cephalordicus, and Zimzalabim Zim Zimzalabim Zim Zimzalabim Zim Zim. As well as every other name you saw scrolling past. Thank you! Thank you so much for joining me for this incredibly short episode of Haley Needs to Tell You Something. I'll see you in the next one! I didn't even script this. I just sat down and talked. I could have kept talking for hours, but I spared all of you this. Why did he have 2 butts?